Live. There we
Hello,
go.
hello.
Yes. Hey everybody. Pulling up the YouTube stream on my other side of my monitor. Just make sure we're live. Looks like we are. Cool. Okay, we're good over there. And yeah, pull up the chat. Hi everybody. We got Jellypod in the chat. Got Nolan in the chat.
My jelly. Gotta get my jelly hat.
Oh yeah, I saw the other day there was a clip that we had posted on TikTok. We were all wearing like the same Jellypod hats. It was funny because we were just talking on like a weekly Wednesday, and then somebody commented, "Is this a podcast or is this just like three dudes with the same merch on or something?" I don't know. It was like a weird comment. It was funny.
Hey, that's how you get their attention.
I know. It's like supposedly the way to one of the ways to get people watching your videos on TikTok is wear your hat like inverted, like weird stuff, or like a microphone using like glasses as a microphone, and you're like, "Hello." doesn't doesn't even make sense to me. It's like you're holding a banana as a microphone, and then it's like, "What is this banana?" Maybe that's old. It doesn't work anymore, but I don't know.
Yeah, those. It's just about mixing it up, right? Wonder if there's like an AI play. You can just like add stuff like once we have real time runway Aleph style video.
Yeah, yeah. You just replace your microphone with an apple and a banana and a cucumber and a traffic cone and all of the above.
Right.
Um, it's like that interesting. They're like, what is that? Like, is he actually holding a coconut? And you're like, what is he doing? You know, it doesn't make sense. Um, but yeah, well, how's your week going?
That's good. Just it's been hot in Seattle, so
Hmm.
been a heat wave, so I'm dealing with it. But it's been good. How about you?
Do you have AC?
Sorry?
Do you have AC in
No.
your apartment?
No,
No.
it's like
Yeah, yeah,
Seattle's weird because you need AC for like 4 weeks, and I refuse to invest. I guess.
yeah. I remember there was a few years ago when it was like that weekend where it was in the hundreds, and it was like
Okay.
3 days. And I remember I had like a he like I got sick and I was sitting in a bathtub all night. It was like my apartment was actually 90 something, like low 90s, and outside was like 100 degrees. It was so hot, and
Wait,
I
you
should have
slept in
slept
the
in my
bathtub?
office.
That
I
that's
yeah, I slept in the bathtub in cold water.
wow. That's crazy.
It was so hot. I was like dying. I was like, oh, I don't understand how people can do this. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah. Well, thanks everybody for hopping on to our weekly Wednesday. Uh, if it's your first time here, I'm Pearson. This is Bilal, and
Hello.
we're the Jellypod team. Every week on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, we hop onto this live stream on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on X, everywhere, and just have a 30-minute conversation about the stuff that we released this past week, what we're working on, and just opening it up to everybody in the audience as a time to ask questions, to learn about Jellypod. Some of the stuff, if you're a frequent attendee, might sound repetitive because there are people that are new, there are people that are old, and we appreciate everybody that's on here. So for all those people like Noel and Mohammed and Franny and everybody here, Ryan and Michael, uh, thanks again for showing up. So if it gets repetitive, sorry, but we're here to answer questions and build this community around AI podcasts.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Perfect.
please, yeah, and please, if you're on the YouTube, you have questions about like what Jellypod is, um, what are people using Jellypod for, questions about features or how to do something, please post them in the chat because that kind of helps guide our conversation. Last week we had a bunch of people just commenting, asking about questions. Hey, when is this going to be out? Can you do this? Can you show us how to do this? It was an awesome session. So yeah, just really appreciate if you just ask and ask questions in that chat, and we could go from there. So yeah,
Hmm.
sorry, I was cutting you off below.
No, 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 that's fine. I feel like we already have a question, so we can
We
just
do.
dig
So
into it.
let's just dig in. Let's put this one up there. So episode specific player stuff. So for context, every podcast gets its own embed player. This embed player is just a snippet of code that you can use and put into your own website that shows a Jellypod branded or a Jellypod podcast player that people can listen to your podcast from your website. Um, so this the embed player used to just show the latest episode in the podcast series, but now we have the ability to have a episode, like a specific episode playing on that embed player. So if you click share on your episode um, and copy that embed code, you can put that in your website and you can just listen to that specific episode. On scheduled stuff, if it's scheduled, it's a good question actually. Um,
I don't think
I
it will because
believe
it's not published, so there is no ID.
no, there's still an ID here because draft episodes have an ID. If you share, but I don't know if
Oh,
it's public yet.
right. But it's not
Um,
public, yeah.
that's a good question. I believe, I think the answer here is it depends.
Hmm.
Actually, depends on if you. It should work. It's a good question. Um, Noel, do you want it to work or no? I'm curious. What's your thoughts here? Because it should. Um, but yeah, so we'll get back to this in a second on the scheduled stuff. And have you published a roadmap? Um, well, our roadmap, we have an internal roadmap on what we're working on. Uh, we have a bunch of stuff that comes from support, and we put it into our project tracking. We don't have a public roadmap, like a voting system. There's pros and cons to that,
Yeah.
especially as a small team. It's usually more cons than pros because you're disappointing people
Hmm.
when you give a lot of options of hey, what should we prioritize? And at the end of the day, we're trying to take in feedback from all of you, both what you have explicitly said. Like yesterday, we had a call with a frequent Jelly Potter and gave us a lot of insight. And so we take that feedback, whether it's from a call or whether it's from support, and put it internally. And then we mix that up. We figure out what people are really using for, what's our long-term vision for Jellypod, and then like work on those features. Publicizing some of those things does give everybody some visibility into what we're working on, but it also may just lead to disappointment in a way where it's like, hey, like, look, there's like these 20 features and they're all
Hmm.
big.
Yeah.
Um,
And we live in, I mean, I feel like, especially in our space, things change so much.
mhm,
Like, not even month by month, week by week sometimes, that, it's a little harder to commit like a multi. I mean, we kind of approximately know where we want to go, where the puck is
mhm,
going, but there's a number of ways we can achieve that. Like really, literally, the next question, right, about visual one. Like that's one, it's we have that a high level goal of having a visual feature. Now, what that looks
mhm,
like, whether it's talking heads like this question is saying, or b-roll footage, etc., or both, most likely. It's like there's a number of ways to attack that, and that changes too depending on the technology that is available to us at any given point. So that's why, like, we have those goals. It's not like we don't have those goals. It's just we kind of hesitate to put it out there, so because it becomes like set in stone at that point in a way.
mhm. Right, right. So I know. Um, yeah, so there's a lot of interesting things coming down the line. And for you here on this question, first off, thanks for joining. It's great to see you. Um, And the question is for anybody listening, just what are people using to convert audio into visual podcasts with lip sync? Um, there's a lot of tools out there. I think people are going anywhere from, if you just want like visuals, not lip sync, but just visuals, people using CapCut, people using, yesterday, people were showing like this platform called Vadu. There are just iMovie. And then on the lip sync side, there's HeyGen. There's, what are the other ones, Bilal?
Yeah, we don't need to mention
Asia.
them because they'll
Yeah.
be they won't be necessary once we have this, which we will.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
don't
So,
worry about it.
yeah, don't worry about it. Just stay on Jellypod.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
that's our
there's a
goal.
lot of
We
things
basically
out there.
want it to be an end-to-end workflow. Anything you're doing, like we handle the middle part right now. I feel like really well, which is like the podcast actual part, like the script, the outline script generation, the audio. But then there's like two parts, this part which is I in my head I call it post processing, which is like, okay, I have the audio now can I add some visuals to it, can I add some effects to it, sounds to it. And then on the other side there's the research part, and we've been kind of digging into that. So we added deep research, so you can do some research, and we're going to keep adding more stuff so that the initial planning process of a podcast, and then initial planning and researching process of the episode, that also is seamless for you and happens in
Right.
Jellypod.
Right. Totally. And there's like, yeah, there's so many of these little improvements down the line. Like one of the things that we're hearing from a lot of people is like, um, just making it more clear about credit usage. I think is something that we hear a lot. Something that's been on my mind. How do we make that more clear and more surfaced? Um, Making just everything in that process just stays in Jellypod. Researching, um, editing, reviewing, and fine tuning like how giving you more creative control over that process. Like at the end of the day, like our thesis is that AI shouldn't replace this creation process. It should accelerate your own creation process, giving you the ability at every step along the way to edit and review and make changes. But AI does the heavy lifting. And that's kind of what the key differentiator is for us versus other platforms that you might know of. So, yeah. Um, let's see. Cool. Well, show this one on screen, Elizabeth. Cool. Adjust intonations for conveying emotional cues. Made a good amount of content, facing challenges, in achieving realistic sound compared to a scripted one. Yeah. So these are interesting because every voice is kind of different, depending on whether it's a voice clone or not. Voices just sound a little bit more emotional or less. The best advice I would have here is to play around a little bit more with a voice. And if you've already created content with a specific voice, it's okay. I think that making the change um, is fine. I see Emily here. She had a, uh, oh, cool. So I don't know if this is the same Elizabeth and Emily, if Emily you're referring to Elizabeth here, but they uploaded two 11 Labs PVCs, so that's cool.
Nice.
Very close to your
No,
own.
that's awesome.
Nice.
And I think Elizabeth had a question before that, her call out. And
Um, Here, on the same question here.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is like something, if which is gonna get better over time as the quality gets better. But I feel like for now, I think the hack is adding more to the backstory of the hosts, and you can like really add pronunciation guides and make spell out words and stuff if you really want to accentuate certain like phrases, etc.
Right. Yeah, the backstory I think is going to be key. I think this is something it's overlooked a little bit because you create your host and you kind of set it and forget it, and the backstory does play a key part in how the host talks. So giving details there, talking about like who that host is, how they speak, what's their background, like the difference between a professor, like a well-educated professor from England versus maybe somebody from Georgia, who's like a peach farmer, or somebody from another area of the world and like their background. That's going to completely influence what they say and how they say things. So check it out. Try and editing the backstory. Might make some cool changes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the other, I think Elizabeth replied, the other thing is that for the actual script itself, um, the cool part about Jellypod is like it's kind of a self-healing system in a way, because if you when every time you edit, like that's like data we track. So the hope is like as you do more podcasts, as you do more episodes, the scripts will start to like the future episodes will sound, hopefully the one shot generation will be closer to what wanted before. So I would just like keep publishing episodes and hopefully the every time you do it, like it's more, the next time around it's more optimized to how you like it. So you can like edit it, add exclamation marks, and however the way you want to phrase things, and those things are captured in the data system.
Totally. Yeah. I would also try like exclamation points will make the change versus a period. So if you want something a little bit more excited, put exclamation point there. And you can regenerate some audio. I think that if there's like a sentence you want, maybe one wasn't said that well, regenerating it, putting extra exclamation point. Um, I haven't seen capitalization help. I know you could slow down. You could slow down the speech to kind of with like a few periods, like ellipses. That will slow down or a dash. Um, Other tips that we've seen. I know Noel says here some voices are better than others.
Yeah,
So
and I think they use professional voice clones, but
right.
hopefully they're really good at capturing the nuance in your voices. But that's where I think the backstory again will be key. The way that you phrase things, you can add that into backstory, and how you talk and how you say things. If you add more details there, that'll come through in the script and the audio
Right.
concept.
Right. Totally. Totally. Um, and I know we have a solid amount of people on the call today, which is super awesome. So if if anyone else is new here and has some questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I just see that we have some more people join, so uh, feel free to ask some questions here. Um, I think that like maybe so. I'm just looking at some of the stuff that is coming up. Um, we have deep search. Like I wonder some of the things that we've rolled out maybe aren't as front and center. Um, and one of the things I think is really cool personally is that deep search research button. Um, so I'll just share my screen real quick because I think it's just pretty cool to show you all. It's one of the more recent features that we released, but if you, so this is like that, um, this is your homepage that you see. You have all your podcasts on the left-hand side here. So this is a test account, so ignore the podcast that you see here and the hosts. But this button, if you haven't tried it before, check it out. If you're creating just content that's maybe not specific on your business that you want external research to pulled in, if you click deep search, that will go out onto the internet and pull in sources for your podcast. So it's really cool if you have a high level topic. Let's say, hey, talk about um, like what is the coolest news in AI for the week for this week. And you click go, it's going to just start pulling in sources. So I think it's pretty cool, especially if you like training data has cutoffs, and if something happened like this last week, it's not going to be in the training data of the AI. So if you don't provide it as a PDF or as a website or a blog post, it's just not going to know. So if you're doing real time news, deep search is definitely something that's pretty cool. And this is Elizabeth, cool. We played a lot with it and found capitalization didn't have an effect. Right, makes sense. Pauses and spaces would be great. Found a difference in dash versus double dash. Awesome. It's good to know. It's good to share with everybody. Um,
Yeah, interesting.
and yeah. So, and for anybody that's just joining the live stream for the first time, here's just kind of what it looks like. Uh, yeah, so this is interesting. So AI upstart perplexity. See, like, what's interesting about this is like not a great example because the podcast series is Lost Empires and it's talking about history and everything.
Yeah.
Um, but
So tries to force it into the Lost Empires mold. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah. AI
perplexity. I mean,
breakthroughs.
there will be a Lost Empire, at some point, but
That's
not yet.
true.
Not
That's
quite
true.
yet.
Yeah. So this is cool. See, like it pulled in four sources from the internet right here about perplexity, San Francisco rent spiking, just AI news, and you can click on those and go to the links. So um, that's that's the outline editor if you haven't seen it before.
Mm.
Um, what else? Let's think. What else is something cool that we should showcase that maybe people
I
don't know
mean,
about?
we did a lot of bug squashing. That's why I feel like it's hard to. We can't really
Right.
show them, but under the hood, the engine is running smoother,
Hmm.
so that
Totally.
always helps. I mean, we won't give too much away, but I am excited for uh, the next phase of features that we're going to be launching. Hopefully, it'll take maybe a few weeks to roll out, but I think that's going to be a game changer for Jellypod. So
Right.
it's my
Right.
teaser.
Totally. Totally. No, it's going to be really exciting. I think we have a lot of cool stuff that's coming down the pipeline in the next month or so. So I'm stoked. Uh, but let's see. Okay, so this was the other thing that we talked about the share episode. So now if you click that share button in the top right hand corner of the episode or just share your episode, you'll also have some embed code links. So if you just copy this code right here, um, you can embed that specific episode in your website, which is pretty cool for some use cases.
Hmm. Yeah, and
Um,
that appears on the
and
published episode page as well, right? Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you could do that there too. So anywhere you could share the episode with that share button, it'll show that.
nice.
And oh, that's some good tips here. More voice errors happen when using M dashes. I replace those and fixes it. Oh, that's good to know. Um, maybe we should just like not generate M dashes if we do some post processing. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, that would be awesome if I literally have a rule in ChatGPT not to generate M dashes and it still generates an M dashes. It's very annoying.
Right, right.
But
Yeah, and I think the cool thing too. I mean, last week GPT-5 came out, and so we're gonna start like we're gonna roll this out and like test GPT-5. We haven't put it in Jellypod yet, but like it's really exciting when a new model comes out. We could test it and just plug it in and see if scripts are better or worse and everything. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I think that'll be exciting.
yeah. Yeah, this is interesting about words per minute for each voice. There's something I remember a long time ago when I was adding the voices in the voice library. It's hard because something that has to be calculated, especially for voice clones. It's like
Hmm.
depending on voice clones, we don't have a words per minute, but there could be an average. If you publish one episode or something, we kind of could know that or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see.
the cool thing is, I mean, you can control the speed. So we have a slow, normal, and fast setting that if you go on the each speaker block, and we should maybe add a global setting for that maybe, but you can like control to a certain extent. If a speaker is naturally a little fast, you can slow it down and vice versa. So which I think is
Right.
super cool. It also helps, I think, mix up sometimes, when you really want to emphasize maybe a middle speech block, you can like slow it down or something, or so
Hmm.
it adds more naturalness to the
Right.
combo, I think.
Yeah. No, I'm curious here. So on the manual adjustment versus fixed speed increments. So you're talking about like the slow and fast on the speech blocks right here, Elizabeth. Um, I'll just show this on the screen too. Just so I'm clear. I think this is what you mean. Um,
Yeah, I think what she means is almost like the like OpenAI. They have a system prompt for the, so you can say you have the text, and then you can add a prompt to say it like shrilly or in a hushed voice or something. And I
Mm-hmm.
actually think that might be possible with some of the newer things we have down the line that we might
Right.
try out. So could be interesting.
No, it is interesting. Like the thing here is like one of the focuses is, we talk about this a lot, how the words in the speech blocks are kind of that source of truth. And so you can see like this is what it's saying, um, and how is it being said. Maybe it could be like you click into it and it shows like say this softly or say this excitedly, and
Mm,
hopefully that's like done already like well,
yeah.
but also giving like a prompt to fix some of that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it's always also a balance between power users and just regular users. We always have that classic debate of it's like Linux versus Windows. Like we want to give you something that just works out of the box and you don't have to think of too many. And one of the things is like we're conscious of how many dials we give you, but I totally understand as someone like who likes having as many dials as possible as well. You want control, you want full control of the script. So
Right.
so but I think I like the idea of the settings feature we have, which hides it for the most part, and maybe we can uh, pre-fill a lot of those settings for you, and then you can still tinker with it. So yeah, something
Totally.
it continues to evolve.
I think personally, I don't know if you feel the same way. It's always like building a product. Like sometimes the features are the easy part, and how you surface them is the hard part. And
Oh,
it's
definitely, yeah,
like I don't know if I'm looking at our Jellypod transcript editor on the right hand side. To me, it makes sense. I like we built it. It makes sense. Like we have like that name, and you have the settings, and you click on it. But for somebody that's just using it, I mean, it's hidden, and it should be hidden because we don't want to overwhelm the user with knobs and dials and sliders. But um, maybe just that person never even realizes that you can make those changes, and you can't change the speed. So it's always like a pretty interesting challenge.
yeah, for sure.
Um,
It's interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's UI is always very. I think I always think UI is very hard, even though people think especially something like our tool, which just relies on so much. There's a lot more complexity than simple to-do list or
right,
whatever. So
right,
for sure.
totally.
Noel had a question about the indicator of the speed. We actually do have that, Noel. We You can see a turtle or a rabbit, that, depending on the speed setting you have on.
Yeah. So it depends if you want to be a turtle or a rabbit.
Yeah.
The words are
Yeah, although I did realize
Jellypod.
that it does go away if you refresh, which I don't know if you should make that a little more persistent, but
Oh, if you
yes,
refresh the page.
yeah. So,
Oh, interesting.
but I think the setting also goes back to normal. So I guess maybe we don't persist it.
Oh, 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 yeah. It might be true. Um,
But at the same time, I
uh,
mean, usually you just generate the audio. You
mhm.
don't like set the setting and go away. Hopefully, so
Right,
yeah,
right,
it's one
right.
of those.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right. Well, cool. Um, Elizabeth, yeah, you
Yeah,
probably have
thank you
already
so much
stopped,
for
but
joining. And yeah, this is why we love having these, calls so we can like get to know you guys and hear how you're using the product and how we can make it better for you.
right, totally. It's really fun. Like, I see on the chat, we see how many like messages have been sent. Like 27 messages. It's pretty
Yeah, it's
cool.
crazy.
I mean,
I wish
like,
there was a number here on this platform that I can see how many total. I guess you're seeing it on YouTube or whatever.
oh, yeah, yeah. So we have a solid number. I think you can see it on the top right, top here. Maybe I can see it and you can't, but we'll
No, I can't.
see.
But
Yeah,
oh well.
but cool. Well,
Nice.
we usually do this for 30 minutes about, and we'll go over for sure if there's like questions or conversation going on. And I know we're a little bit delayed from what we're saying to the live stream, so we'll give it a few more minutes. If there's any other questions that people have about the platform, if it's your first time and you need like some more guidance on how to get started, let us know. Please reach out over the support chat. And if you want to hop on a call, I'm always willing. I will hop on a call instantly with you. I have to respond. Somebody just emailed me a second ago or emailed us, and was like, "Hey, can you hop on a call?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll hop on a call with you. Take 20 minutes." So let us know if that's helpful to kind of get up and running. We'll hop on a call with you, and it's super helpful for us as well. But yeah, if there's any other questions, we'll we'll answer them. But if not, thanks for joining. So we'll just let that go through for everybody. Any plans below the rest of the week?
Oh,
Just coding.
coding, making this better, and yeah,
Nice.
exciting times. Gonna be building. Um, it's like I think I've told you, it's just like we use AI coding tools and stuff, and it's a subscription plan because that's how they make their money. Sometimes you have. I actually like the fact sometimes if I have credits left at the end, I use it as a forcing function because I refuse to have any leftover credits because I think it's money left on the table. So I
All
just
right.
use it. So so
That's funny.
I yeah, sadly I canceled Windsurf. I have 3 days left, and I have like
All right.
credits. And GPT-5 kind of threw my whole thing off because it's free right now. So you should. I
All
mean,
right.
I don't know if you've been playing around, but I've been using a lot. Like I think I use like double the amount already of the
Oh, really?
subscription plan. So it's good.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even look at my usage. I'm just like, I
That's the smart
don't
way.
care.
I
I'm just like, I don't
get out of
care.
my poor
It's
man's
like,
mentality. Yeah,
yeah, it's like if this thing could like refactor all this code and write some stuff in 10 minutes, that'll take me an hour. I
that's
don't.
true. I mean, that's
If it
how I
costs
think of it,
three
honestly.
bucks, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
cool.
Emily says thanks. Yeah, thank you so much, Emily, for joining. Please, let us know how it goes, and if you have any other questions, Pearson's here to
Yeah,
jump on a call. I'm an email away as well, and
yeah,
we have this every Wednesday, so you know,
yeah. Totally. And I know a lot of people watch the recap afterwards. So appreciate everybody that's here. And if you're watching the recap, uh, try to join if you can. And if not, you made it
yeah,
to the end. So
for sure.
thanks.
And if anyone's interested in just AI stuff, for some reason, because you're in Jellypod, we also do another podcast called Creative Flux, which goes out on Friday at
Right.
what time? I don't know exactly. I don't know if there's a set time it goes out, but it goes out sometime on Friday.
Yeah. Now
So
that we're recording on Thursdays, I'll try to get like that out by like the mid afternoon on Fridays, if not like by noon. But yeah, check it out. Fridays,
yeah,
Creative
check it out.
Flux.
We recap basically the the week for you in terms of AI news, but we specifically focus on generative AI. So I feel like we talk about tools that most other. It's not Sam Altman versus Elon Musk popcorn drama. It's a little more in depth. A little more nuanced. you know,
What
but
tools are we using and everything? Yeah, and I know I see Noel, you got this question, why Jellypod is a name. The long conversation there, but pretty much I wrote a blog post about this a while back. I'll share it with you, but long story short, it was just um, kind of this like amorphous thing. It was cool. It was the domain name was available. It kind of pod as in podcasting, Jellypod. It was jellyfish was cool, and kind of like a blob that goes together with a bunch of things. And I don't know. I'll
yeah,
send you the blog. It
yeah.
explains it better there. So
I think it's a cool name. I also like you said. I don't know if you've come up with a name for our users. I remember you just said Jelly Potters. Like I think a few minutes back. Like that Potters, Jelly Potters, Potheads. I don't know, but I like the
potheads,
idea when you
a
can
bunch of
have specific
potheads.
branding. Pothead.
Yeah,
Why not? So it's kind of cool
yeah,
to have a
yeah.
term for the tribe or the school. I
Totally.
guess is
The
Jellypod
school.
school? I
Yeah.
don't know if they're
I
not
don't know.
fish. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But well, we'll end this here, and thanks everybody again for joining. We'll be on here next week, same time, 10 a.m. Pacific, and see you then.
Yep. See you guys. Bye.